I'm waiting since 7 o'clock out there, and they just pushed in like cattle. It was ungodly. I'm very disappointed now my daughter won't have one for Christmas.
Ah, Christmas 1983. When parents put on their war faces, malls became battlefields, and kids everywhere demanded one thing and one thing only: a Cabbage Patch Kid. Forget sugar plums. Visions of vinyl-faced dolls haunted the dreams of children and adults alike.
Hello, this is Kevin. Yeah, sure. I'd love you to come over and play today.
Anger, confusion, violence. If you think it's crazy out there today, wait until you get a load of the Cabbage Patch Kid wars of the 1980s.
All of those people are pushing and shoving to get one of these. They're Cabbage Patch dolls.
These adorable, chubby-cheeked dolls with yarn hair and mischievous grins weren't just popular. They were pandemonium. Demand skyrocketed, and Christmas 1983 transformed into a battleground, an all-out war for parents desperate to snag one for their little angels. Imagine scenes of shoppers pushing and shoving, shelves getting cleared in seconds, and even fistfights erupting over the last remaining Cabbage Patch Kid. It was like Black Friday on steroids. What was it about these dolls that caused such a frenzy? It all started in 1978 when a Georgia artist named Xavier Roberts created Little People dolls. These weren't just regular dolls. They were hand-stitched, unique, and they came with adoption papers, which was part of a unique marketing strategy. These weren't just toys. They were adoptees, each with a birth certificate, personalized adoption papers, and a unique name hand-stitched onto their cloth diapers.
It's a charming custom at Babyland General to give the new parents adoption papers rather than a bill of sale. Apparently, the difference between adoption papers and a bill of sale is about $985 a doll.
This is our maternity ward, and Dr. Xavier just delivered our first set of quintuplets.
They'll have to be adopted together.
Yes.
How much will that cost?
Well, taking into consideration the tremendous medical costs that they have caused us, we feel that $5,000.
By 1983, when Coleco rebranded the dolls as Cabbage Patch Kids, they became the must-have toy of the year. And by November, things were starting to get real. Stores received only a fraction of the supply they needed to meet demand.
Chances are that the closest thing any of us are going to see to the actual doll is if we take one and cut it out of one of the newspaper ads.
Since no parent wants a disappointed child on Christmas Day, the parents panicked, racing like Mario Andretti to the stores and then throwing elbows, bowling over old ladies, climbing over counters, and in some cases, becoming seriously violent. A store manager had to fend off desperate parents with a baseball bat. A woman had her leg broken when a crowd of people turned violent, waiting for the store to open so they could get their Cabbage Patch fix. The media, of course, had a field day. Headlines like "Cabbage Patch Riots" painted parents as crazed lunatics, which, to be fair, wasn't far from the truth.
What do we tell our little girl Christmas morning? What are we supposed to say? You've been good, but Santa ran short?
Even late-night TV joined in, with Johnny Carson featuring the toys on The Tonight Show.
I was watching television last night. I turned on the set. I saw hand-to-hand combat, war, people punching each other out. They were filming inside Toys R Us. One woman was such a frenzy. I understand she got in the store, bought 2 Cabbage Patch dolls, left her own kid in the store.
My own mother, a gifted seamstress and artist, made Cabbage Patch dolls when they came out with the official pattern. According to her, you had to buy special fabric available in limited stores, and you had to follow special instructions to create the hands, the face, down to the butt dimples, sewing a special label with the company's creator's name before the doll was considered official.
If the Cabbage Patch craze continues, the House of Fabrics has generously agreed to host 6-week courses starting in January to teach others this doll-making technique.
The Cabbage Patch craze wasn't without its controversy. The creator, Xavier Roberts, was a bit of an eccentric character. He claimed the dolls were born, not manufactured, and even held adoption ceremonies for them in a Cabbage Patch-themed hospital room.
They're not made, I'm sorry, they are delivered from a Cabbage Patch.
These theatrics added to the hype, but also sparked criticism from those who felt it was exploitative and manipulative. Not only that, but Xavier Roberts might not have even been the creator of the Cabbage Patch Kids. Martha Nelson claimed Xavier Roberts stole her idea after they met in 1976. She sued for $1 million, and the case was settled out of court. Despite the controversies, there's no denying that the Cabbage Patch Kid craze was a defining moment in toy history. It showed the power of marketing, the lengths parents will go to for their children, and the enduring appeal of a good old-fashioned doll. And while the craze faded, the dolls remain a pop culture icon. They're still being made, still being collected, and still a little creepy.